Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot and welcome to your annular solar eclipse readings, the eclipse being in Gemini. As ever, there will be a timestamp below so you can shoot ahead to the reading, but hang around for a few minutes so you can listen at least once to my discussion of this eclipse. And also the other reason that I do it is watch your sun, your moon and your rising, especially your rising, just in tarot readings in general. If you know your rising sign, then that's the one you should more often not be watching. There is a link in the description to get yourself a free birth chart. I mean, there's dozens of sites on the web that will do that for you. But just a note about the reading, general reading rules apply. Timing is far from absolute, especially with this eclipse. But I'll discuss that in a few moments. But what you can do is ask a question beforehand. I'm not going to guarantee, but it is a Celtic cross that I'm doing. So it's got a bit of a past and a present. You'll be able to tell if the reading is for you or not. I would say take the whole reading or don't take any of the reading. Either the entire thing resonates as a unit or it doesn't. I mean, if it doesn't, go and watch your sun, go and watch your moon, or any part of your chart for that matter. Now, housekeeping, there is a link down there as well for the Facebook page for this channel. I post these videos here. I sometimes post the astrology weather forecast type videos that I watch, but I've been a bit remiss in that recently. But more importantly, it's got an inbox. So if you want to contact me directly for a personal reading, that's the best way to do it. There's a link tree down there, so you can find my Twitter and you can find my this, that and other. But the Facebook's the best method. So if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And once you've heard my stuff, feel free to press the subscribe button. You will be welcome. That's it, really. I don't want to go too deeply into this eclipse because I already posted a show Tuesday night that I did with astrologer David Fischer, but that was looking at the strict Hellenistic astrology of this eclipse. There's a few other aspects that I do like to look at. Now, this is at, as you will no doubt know by now, 19 degrees Gemini. Now, the angel of this degree, so not the 5-degree arc, but just this specific degree, is Cahatel. Now, Cahatel is, despite the fact that angels are supposed to be genderless, Cahatel is considered to be a male angel who, for one thing, expels bad spirits. So there's a chance to get rid of more negative energetic influences that are around us. Interestingly, he's also considered to be an angel of reality. Cahatel's gift is to make angels, to make dreams and illusions real, to bring them from something in the mind to something in the real world. He lives in, I mean, this is with the qualification, of course, that it's all in line with the divine plan. He helps assist in the manifestation of divine will on earth. But that's a really interesting point, since in the astrology aspect, then there's a lot of illusions and lies being brought up for attention and hopefully dismissed. Hopefully not necessarily that the truth is seen, but the illusion is seen. That someone can look at something and go, you know what, that's not real. I might not necessarily know what is. You may find that out, but that's not real. That can't be trusted. But in the meantime, there's going to be some dreams, which that's the Neptune in Pisces again, giving us some good stuff as well as bad stuff, that we can start bringing into the 3D reality. Again, is it in accordance with God's will or divine will, however you want to look at it? Cahatel's home is within Keter, the topmost or crown of Sephiroth of the Tree of Life. But he also has connection with Yesod, where he brings things down to the physical plane, hence that manifesting reality. And with the Keter aspect, also the dispelling of bad spirits. Now, I can't remember if I've said this already. I have mixed feelings about this eclipse. The lunar eclipse I thought was lovely. I thought this, yeah, we're going to get rid of stuff. We're going to have a opportunity to do some shadow work and just discard some stuff. And there's pregnant new beginnings, poignant points of learning and stepping off. But the symbols for this degree are a little double-edged. 19 degrees Gemini, for those astrologers that have written about how it manifests in a natal chart, it seems there's an element of unbalance. You can have success, but then it's whipped away from you. Or you can have success and end up in a position of abusing power. So I do think there is that risk of abuse of power going on during this eclipse, but also it will be highly noticeable. So is it the abusing of power, or is it that the abusing of power is obvious and under our eyes? And I would hope to say it's the second, and not too great an abuse of power at that, just for the sake of, I don't know, everybody on the planet. Another level on that, I mean, you've got the symbols, as I said in the astrology show, of the sun representing the leaders, the moon representing the people, and the people here are drowning out the leader by eclipsing the sun. But the inside degree or Chandra symbol, let me bring this up. No, I'm on the wrong page. Bear with me. Let me bring this up. Is a bull stung by a scorpion. Now, before I read the explanation that goes with it, I just want to look at that imagery. The bull has frequently been associated with images of the leader. One of Jupiter's symbols was the bull. The bull was also a symbol of Enlil, if we go all the way back to ancient Sumer. It can represent the emperor, what's in charge, emperor on tarot way. So being stung by a scorpion, well, first thing that springs to mind on that is the story of, what is it, the scorpion and the frog, or the scorpion and the something, where the scorpion rides on the frog's back but still stings him on the way once they're nearly at the other side, because that's his nature. However, there's two symbols with that: being stung by something poisonous that is only acting according to its nature, but the leader being stung, which could be a good thing and could be a bad thing. But interestingly, in Hellenistic philosophy, some astrologers, I found this out from Ksenia Moore, go watch her video, it was superb. The duration of the eclipse indicates how long the eclipse effects will last. This eclipse is lasting for 5 hours. 5 hours. That's 5 years worth of effects coming from now. So you might not feel it immediately. These readings that I do here now today might not even kick in for a week, a month, possibly even a year by the sounds of it. But to be honest, with everything that's going on in the sky, and the fact that I've been assured that we've just passed through the quiet half of the year, astrologically, 2 Saturn-Uranus squares and everything else that's been going on, that's the quiet half. So I think those first initial effects will come reasonably fast, reasonably soon. So let's have a look at this bull stung by a scorpion. The elaborate ritual of putting yourself through life or death crises to determine what you are made of and how far you are willing to go in this life. I'm not sure I want to read any more after that. Right. Choosing from expanded faculties the optimal situations to enact this battle royale. Selecting what is karmically familiar. Variations on old themes involving bondage and freedom. So there you go. There's that whole leader image. When you are trapped, caught, stuck, a furious inner force asserts itself and can reconfigure everything. But it is a high-stakes ritual drama and loaded with real dangers. You must check yourself out in ultimate ways. for there is surging in your blood an impulse towards liberation, which cannot be distorted in any way. An extraordinary journey through radical tests and trials of an initiatory intensity. It's all about guts and stripping away everything but the true inner direction. If you must slay and move through illusions on every front, that is just how it is. Again, this is reflecting the very astrology, because the 19-degree Gemini symbol has got very little to do with, well, the fact, no, I take that back, because Mercury is Cazimi, the sun, with the eclipse, and square to Neptune. So there we've got those illusions, dreams, but that Cazimi apparently gives it extra whammy, and the fact that it's at home in Gemini gives it extra whammy. So a lot of things will be visible and coming to the surface. Anyway, carry on with this. You cannot survive any longer on old ways to do it. It is time to welcome the enemy into your very midst and discover that there are no enemies. This reminds me of, at the New Year, Astrology Hub did a panel looking at 2021. And one of the astrologers whose name I absolutely forget said a good symbol to this year is invite the witch to the table. So that's the whole image of, who is it? Sleeping Beauty or Snow White, either way. Sleeping Beauty especially, I suppose. You don't not invite the witch, because you're having a party, you're having a meal, you invite them in. You make them part of the occasion, part of the process, part of the family, part of the tribe, whatever, because when all's said and done, they're another living being here amongst you. So there's certain problems that all of you face, so you might as well all face them together. And I like that, but I struggle with it, especially in such very, very divided times politically. Is there anything else that I wanted to... yeah, the readings that I've actually done, because I filmed some of them already, this bit that you're about to see. They all seem to be about setting something right and addressing issues. So I think that that's another indication that lots of things are going to come to the surface, and this is not going to be easy. But it should not be easy. Now, I'll put a link to the astrology show with David in the description down below. Obviously, while you're here, I would love you to subscribe, because I'm still a baby channel. I'm outgrowing my diapers at the moment, but I am still a baby channel. And thank you to returning subscribers, by the way. Give the video a like, share, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. You know the plot. Every single presenter says it. And I think that's all my housekeeping. So let me, rather than waffle more, bring up the cards. So Pisces, as you've probably heard anyway, this Gemini eclipse is in your 4th house, especially if it's your Pisces rising, obviously. This is about your home and the roots of your being, according to these Black Moon astrology cards. Now, less home, more the roots of your being is the way that I'm seeing this currently. I feel like there's some form of debate or argument that is going on around you, and may have been going on around you for quite some time. And it's almost like you're sick of it. You know, there's 5 of Wands, 8 of Cups, and the Hanging Man. You're sick of it with the 8 of Cups, where you just want to go, I've had enough, I'm walking away from this argument. But the Hanging Man is telling me that you're also of a level of saying, why is this argument even happening? It makes no sense. It is ridiculous. And I'm feeling that you're the one that has the insight of, here is a way forward, which Spirit is saying, okay, You've got a way forward, have you? I'm going to send you somebody that will work with you, and you forge ahead on that way forward. So whether this is just in the home, but I would like to say it's more, I more feel towards roots of your being sort of thing, because the reason you've been in this argument for so long is that you would not be you if you didn't. Not that you would not be you if you didn't argue, but you would not be you if you didn't argue this particular point, whatever it may be. You know, and I think it's obviously something more consequential than teaspoon policy, or which way does the toilet roll hang on the holder? Do you have it against the wall? Do you have it away from the wall? Do you reuse a teaspoon and putting it on the side on one of them little dish things? Or do you always put that teaspoon in for the washing up and wait for all the teaspoons to get used up? And then that's obviously the signal that the washing up needs doing. You know, it's more consequential than that. It's above teaspoon policy and possibly on the way to don't burn down the rainforests level. But there's like a huge spectrum in between the 2 points, really. But you have got very, very tired of having this argument. But there's a lot of happiness here. Somebody that Spirit is bringing in to assist you with this argument. So, I was going to say if you're looking for love, which immediately springs into mind that old 90s, 80s hit by House Attack. If you're looking for love, don't follow me. We've got this house under arrest. So yeah, very house, fourth house, you know, home and everything. But Two of Cups, Knight of Cups, as you know, the Knight of Cups can be a love offer. But I'm feeling it's me. I don't do love readings, so I'm feeling more like it's someone offering you a sip of their particular cup of dreams, which happens to match the flavour of your cup of dreams. It's like, oh, we both like this flavour of dreams. I mean, obviously, anyone can woo me with cinnamon. I love cinnamon, anything. But the situation where you are at the minute is almost like, well, I've got my firm foundation. I'm not unleashing the wild force that I could do. It's almost like you're holding something back, but Spirit is bringing in this somebody to work with. Or where somebody could mean a group, an organization, a philosophy, but it's a someone to work with. So 6 of Wands, victory. 2 of Cups, someone to work with, something to have union with. A Knight of Cups, the love offer or new dreams, also moving forward practically with dreams. Now the other good sides here, we have someone else here offering transformation. Transformation that may come from some form of, now they may have gone through a transformation which is inspiring to you, or they may have had some form of event. We've got the Tower card. I clarified that with my Tower Takeover Tarot. Yeah, that's how you say it. And we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So there's maybe they've gone through some form of bad event that has forced a transformation in them, and it also, by your witnessing it, helps add fuel to your fire. Really, there's you go, okay, yeah, this I'm happy to take part in this transformation as well, because this needs sorting. It can't happen again. Those sort of vibes. But opposing you, Justice. So that I'm feeling is a feeling limited by rules and regulations, but also, Pisces, stop being so isolationist at the moment. I know your frustration has led you to go, you know what? I want to be alone. You know, no, time for that has passed. You've had your alone time. Now you've got to do the shouty thing. We've got the Hermit at the top of the first deck. So again, showing your own inner light. But the Hermit and the Nine of Pentacles here are also your obstacles. As well as that, you know, sort of decisions, rules, justice, legality that's standing in your way. And it does seem to be a reaction to some form of greed or something, because we have the negative angel Mammon here, even though Mammon is not an angel and is not really even a god stroke demon. It just means money. But no doubt there's some form of egregore associated with Mammon now. But there never was a god called Mammon. And there you have my soapbox 5 minutes. Right. But from the Oracle of Heaven and Hell, we have Rochelle with restitution, setting something right. And Hal with mission. This is something where you want to pick the ball up and run with it. You know, you are not just out on a protest march, you are arranging the protest march. You are bringing public awareness to this campaign. You are playing the diplomat and enticing people to come onto your side. And you're loving every minute of it by the look of it, which is a refreshing change after all of this. Because finally, you can see the needle moving. As for the practicalities, we have the Empress, some form of abundance coming in, some form of harvest coming in. And I want to go harvest because that's where you put the effort in. And let's face it, you wished for it and you've been oh so balanced so far, and you've examined whatever this thing is from all angles, and maybe it's not time to unleash whatever it is that you have been holding back, but it is time to start taking action. So, Empress, the harvest, from stuff that you've already been doing, the needle is shifting. 10 of Cups, just like this other person is bringing in for you, or this other party, or this situation with other people. There is happiness here. And new beginning energy. We have Ace of Pentacles here, and in the final outcome pile we also have the Fool. So you've got full new beginning stuff coming in, and you're doing it for the right reasons. This is Keter, the top Sephiroth of the Tree of Life, the crown, representing that connection, that communication with the divine, and the Golden Empress, which in the Mausolea, she was a queen, entered the duat, didn't go through the trials, walked straight up to the gods and went, excuse me, look at what service I was to you. I was your representative on Earth and I did really well. So let's see what I can do here, because I can do it really well. So they made a part goddess, and I know this is a travesty of actual Egyptian myth, but this is what the Mausolea Oracle is saying. And she gained her own following, and there's an important point. She gained her own following, which was only bringing glory to the gods themselves. So she wasn't actually doing anything wrong. It was just, come this way. This is my way of paying the gods respect. This is my way of paying them homage. This is a constructive way of giving that energy, that worship to the gods. And the gods went, yeah, okay, fine. Because she was so confident with it. But there's the confidence there, and there's the following there. So now Fomnak is an interesting one, but I'm seeing that it's Fomnak is one, saying use your magic, Pisces, and two, it's pointing out the injustice of this person. Now, do not think it's going to be simple. We have Ose here with danger from the, what do you call it? Fallen Angel Oracle. However, there's an element of excitement with this. I mean, I love Ose. He's the Jaguar spirit of the Goetia. He likes to manifest as a jaguar. And there's this sense of you hunting as well as maybe being hunted because of what you're saying. Why shouldn't you say it? And all of this means you do not have to release whatever force you are still keeping back, because you've got plenty to work with. I mean, you're worried that it's just going to be way too much arguments, stress, hassle, anxiety, that you can get yourself wrapped up in knots. But if you are succumbing to all this isolation energy, you're already wrapped up in knots. This is a way to unknot yourself. And like, this new beginning could go horribly wrong and be really horrible. With this, I don't like this particular Fool card from the Dark Moon Tarot, the fish are jumping out of the water to bite him. But hey, that's the risk that you take, isn't it? Yes, there is some danger in it, because of course there is. There's danger in crossing the road, you know, but this is, you wouldn't be you if you didn't do this. That's the real feel that I'm getting from all of here. This is really, really nice, because you have the structure, Ace of Pentacles again. So Ace, new beginning that you have to work with, new beginning going into, so that's showing continuity, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, new beginning, where you're free of some of the cares of what you're so worried about now, but get over that isolation. And yeah, you're going into conflict. Five of Wands here, but I really like all the, there was another five I saw somewhere, because I remember thinking, oh, 2 5s, that's really good. Where is it? There's that five. Here on the bottom of the other two decks, Five of Swords, Five of Pentacles. Now the Five of Pentacles, I like this Five of Pentacles in the Dark Moon Tarot, because it's, as much as there's the guidance imagery and there's the poverty imagery, there's an eye hiding in there, like some great elder god looking in from a higher dimension. And I think that there is, the way I want to describe it is that there is a part of you, like your higher self, or that part of you that is something bigger and greater, that's looking in at you, which is a little part of it, and approving, going, okay, let's see what you make with very little to work with to start off with. And let's face it, you've had very little to work with to start off with. That's why you had been so cheesed off. And so how do people not see this? But this is your mission, to show them how to see it, to give them the structure. You can give them, I clarified that Devil card with here, Page of Wands, Balaam. So Page of Wands is about bringing information. Now Balaam gives answers concerning past, present and future, and can make one invisible. So you don't have to be a public face on this. And certainly if you are working with somebody else, maybe they are the public face of this, but you're the one making sure that they know all the facts, they have everything to hand, that everything is organised. Do you know, so it's not like, it's not even Alfred to Batman. It's more campaign manager to candidate sort of relationship that I'm seeing. But you're the one that really gets off on this, because you're doing what you initially came here to do. And Fomnak is saying, work your magic. Absolutely work your magic. So let's have a look at this final outcome pile, because I probably waffled for long enough yet. This is you protecting your homestead, your fourth house. Absolutely it is, with a wonderful clarity that you are well equipped to do it with. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of work, but this is a whole new beginning, a carefree beginning, because you are going to feel at home doing this. That's what I could call the reading, couldn't I? At home in the midst of battle. In fact, I think I will, because that's just wonderfully tabloid. Okay, so if this means anything to you, Pisces, before you go on your protest marches, comment down below. And because it's nice to know that these readings actually get to the ears of the people that Spirit intend them for. Or if I'm just sat talking to a computer. So, like I say, comment. Obviously, all that good YouTube stuff, like, share, subscribe. There'll be more readings coming out soon. This reading has been brought to you by the Eclipse Energies. The eclipse finished about, well, here in Britain, it's actually finished about 3 hours ago, but I think it's still going on elsewhere in the world. We only had like a partial view of it. But yeah, this eclipse thing will be good for you. Cheers.